Did you realize it's possible to make 10 grand from your very first guest post? Cheryl Woodhouse did exactly that with Firepole Marketing. Or take Fifi Mills. She's got a website, but she hasn't got her product sorted out yet. So she's been guest posting to build her list in the meantime so that when she finishes her products, she is ready to go. And one of her guest posts just gained her 180 new subscribers. Not too bad. So today I want to share with you some tips and tricks about guest blogging. But before we get into that, you need to know, why should you listen to me? Why am I able to tell you about guest blogging tips and tricks that you need to hear versus someone else? Well, I've been guest blogging for about 18 months now, and the beauty of when I guest blog is I average 40 new subscribers every time. 40 new subscribers for my list, but of course I've had much higher results. That's the average. The next thing is I have my guest pictures accepted 96% of the time. Only 4 out of every 100 pictures is knocked back. Not bad. And finally, my landing pages convert at an average of 45%. So you want to know what I've got to say. That's not being immodest. That's just based on my experience. I want to help you. So today I want to give you the basics. I want to give you a foundation for when you are ready to start guest blogging. And it's never too early to start. I was reading something the other day on Facebook, and this lady's like, oh, when should I start? When's okay? When's too early? It's never too early. Even if you don't have your website yet, start guest blogging and drive people back to a landing page. The reason being, by doing that, you're going to have a list already before you have your website. So when you do launch your website, you've already got people to drive there. So definitely start guest blogging today, because you will have great results. You will get more subscribers, you'll grow your list, you will have more people to make your offers to, and of course you'll have better income. Who doesn't want better income? So the very first thing you need to do before you even start thinking about who you're going to guest post for is you need to be really clear on who your ideal client is. So who is it? What's important to them? What are their values? What are their problems? You know, people buy when they see solutions to their problems. So knowing what their problems are is invaluable for getting results. So what are their issues? What are their problems that you can help them with? So now you're clear on your ideal client, you need to think about who is the best website to pitch for. You don't want to be just guest posting for anyone and everyone. You've got to be really strategic about it. Otherwise, you will work so hard for such little return. And I can tell you about that. I made the mistake where I decided to do a blog tour to launch my new product. And I guest post for 21 blogs in 21 days. But I wasn't smart about it. I let fear take over, and so I guest posted for whoever would take me. And you know what? I got barely any new subscribers for that. I still got sales of my product because I had a list already, but I got barely any new subscribers, which meant there was no growth in my income. I could have not done all that blogging and still got the same result. So thinking really carefully about who you're going to pitch to is so important. Okay, so when we're thinking about who to guest pitch for, you need to know that they have your ideal audience at their website. You need to know that you're talking to the right people and solving a particular pain point for your ideal audience. So making sure they have your people on their website. The other thing you need to do is make sure that that audience is engaged. If the audience isn't taking action, if they're not interacting, they're not sharing, they're not commenting, odds of them coming back to your landing page and signing up is almost zero. They're not an active audience. Don't put your effort in. Don't waste your time pitching and guest blogging there, because you won't get the rewards. So thinking really carefully about your potential posts. So important. And if you need ideas, look at who other people in your industry have guest posts for. If they've guest posts for a particular website, there's a good chance that that's a great starting place. Have a look at websites like Technorati or Alexa. Great places to find top ranking websites for your niche. And of course, don't be scared to Google your keyword. So the main keyword that your website's all about, and adding right for us to it. So you'll know if they accept guest pictures or not. So often I get hundreds of those annoying pictures that say, "Dear blogger," because that's going to make me want to talk to them or listen to them or respond. "Dear blogger, I'd love to guest post for you about sewing, and my website's about list building and client attraction." You know, they claim that it's relevant. Well, no, it's not. Nobody wants to read about sewing on a client attraction website. Do yourself a favour. Make sure that you do some research into the site that you want to pitch before you write the email. So be able to compliment the host about something they've written about recently. Be genuine about it, but definitely a little flattery goes a long way. Make sure that the pitch, the topics that you're actually suggesting, and I reckon 2 topics is great because it's not a yes or no situation. They like the topic or they don't. You're giving them alternatives, so pick one or the other. Demonstrate that you will be proactive. Say to them, you know, whether it's that you can send the post through within 24 hours or that you are happy to promote it for them. They don't want to accept a guest post if you're not happy to promote as well. Indicate that you are willing to step up and get on board and create a win-win situation. So before I created this video, I actually asked for some questions and objections as to why people weren't guest posting, because it's such a fantastic tool, but I know a lot of people go, "Oh, too hard. You know, it's scary, it's scary." So let's have a look at a couple of objections and see what we can do to address them. The first one is that you're not sure what to guest post about, what to pitch about. So if you're not sure what to blog about and you know which website you'd like to post for, have a search of their site and see what they've already written about. So knowing your niche and knowing your area of expertise, compare that with what's already been written about and see if there is a gap that you can address. If they've already written about a particular area, you know it's relevant and you're more likely to get your pitch accepted. So if you can also find a gap that hasn't been written about, the host will be falling over backwards. They will want your article. So having a look and seeing what the gap is a really effective way to not only get accepted, but be published on the host website. A lot of people told me they gave up on guest blogging because they weren't getting responses. So they were pitching and they weren't getting responses to their pitches. So I've already spoken a little bit about it. The idea of sending 2 topics so that the host can choose between them is a really effective way of increasing the chance of you actually getting a response. And fear of rejection. I know it's hard when you're putting yourself out there. It's hard. We all, you know, none of us want to be rejected. But the reality is it's not the end of the world. There's a few things you can do. First of all, why not re-pitch your post somewhere else? Just because it doesn't fit that particular website at that particular time doesn't mean that your pitch and your potential posts aren't any good. Not at all. It might just be that it's not the right fit at this particular moment. So definitely consider re-pitching your post. You have another option. You have written a fantastic post. Use it on your own website. Don't let it go to waste. Publish it on your own website and let your current audience enjoy it. Let your audience share it and support you. It is definitely not time to throw it out. It is time to get creative and reuse that post somewhere else. Find a new home for it. Okay, so there's another video coming out in a couple of days, And in that video, we're going to take the next step. So we've learned how to identify our ideal audience. We know how to pitch. We know which blogs to pitch, which is really important. We've got to be strategic. In video 2, we're going to start looking at what to do once you've been published to make the most of the opportunity, get the results. So looking at that, looking at how to get people onto your list. So what to think about to get really great conversions, because we don't want to have your guest post published and then have it fall through, not get the rewards from it. And of course, so much more. We're going to share some more inspiration for you. So real results from other business owners and bloggers. What is possible with guest blogging? And if you've ever been in doubt, you will love what is possible and want to get guest blogging straight away. If you found this video helpful, if you've enjoyed it, I would love you to put a comment below or share it on social media. I want to help people with guest blogging. There's such a fantastic world and opportunity out there. Who doesn't want to make more money with less work? That is what I'm going to share with you over the course of the 3 videos. So definitely leave a comment or share it out, and I will see you in the next video.